In this video, I'll show you how I built this kinetic type plugin using Figma agent and motion. No hour-long tutorial required. I'm always looking for ways to add delightful details to products. Think playful micro interactions and loading states. So I thought, what if I could get the Figma agent to generate kinetic type sequences directly in my file? I set out to build a reusable tool that brings type to life instantly. But when I was getting started, I struggled to articulate the type of effect I wanted and the controls I was looking for. So this is my first tip. Use screenshots to show the agent what you want, not just tell it. Then work with the agent to craft the perfect prompt for your plugin. This works really well if you know the result you're going for and need help just getting it across to the agent. Agent also quickly identified what controls I'd need in my plugin in order to achieve the different visual treatments, movement, and styles I was going for. I noticed my plugin was generating a series of static frames on canvas instead of a single animated one using motion keyframes in the timeline. Later, I realized I'd never told the agent to set keyframes. When working with the agent, it helps if you reference the specific feature or tool you want your plugin to use. The moment I explicitly asked it to use motion, everything clicked and I could see real keyframes on the timeline. And I mean a lot of keyframes, as you can see. But since I had the controls already built, I could recreate and iterate on the animation from the plugin and didn't have to manually tweak anything in the timeline. Something incredibly useful I uncovered while building is that you can ask the agent to provide a live preview within your plugin. So I asked the agent to build a live preview directly into the plugin UI, and it completely changed how I worked. Instead of generating, waiting, more generating, waiting, I could just drag a slider and watch it update in real time. As you can see here, I have 12 rows, but let's say I want 8. And then I want to play with the frequency a little, make the frequency a bit higher. And let's also play with the X amplitude, so the movement gets a little bit more dramatic. And I also want to rotate the letters, so let's do that too. When I first began prompting, I started small with a couple 2D controls, then added more as I went. This worked really well for me because it let me see how the agent handled each phase before adding the next. If you start small and build your plugin up, the agent will tell you what it's building and show you as it goes. This is really helpful if it starts heading in a direction you don't intend, or if it isn't looking quite right, you can redirect it early instead of untangling it later. Seeing how quickly Agent was creating 2D presets inspired me to ask if it could wrap text around 3D objects. As I continued prompting, the agent kept suggesting new controls along the way, things like spread phase and 3D tilt, details I hadn't even thought to ask for. And I'll show you a quick example. So here I have my globe preset, where you can see the type is wrapping around a 3D globe. And if I wanted to, I could start to tilt the 3D orientation of the globe, and it updates in real time in my live preview. The two of us kept riffing and building on each other without having to plan out every detail upfront. Now here's a quick recap. 1. Use screenshots to help the agent build a plugin that can create what you're envisioning. 2. Reference the specific Figma features or tools you want the agent to use. 3. Prompt for a live preview so you can see your controls work in real time. And number 4, start with a few controls, then build it up with the agent's suggestions. I'm gonna go get back to work exploring more ways to bring Figma motion and generative plugins into micro interactions, loaders, hero assets, all these small touches that bring a design to life. And please let us know in the comments how you're using Figma motion and generative plugins and what you want to see next.